Let us play the video of Zakir Naik and we will continue with that.
People are liars and disbelievers. Then Allah says, if Allah had intended, that means Allah does not intend to take a son. It's a telling. So read the context. It says,
the Muslims are shouting and they are so excited. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. That means Allah did not intended to have a son. This is not the question if he intended or not. This is the stupid Quran. We get it. Allah did not intend to have a son. But why he is saying, if he want to take a son, he will take it from himself. Why he is saying, if I want to take a son, I will take it from our creation. If himself is not the creation.
unquestionably for Allah is the pure religion. Allah does not guide who is a liar and a disbeliever. Then the next verse starts. So don't quote out of context. Correct? If you quote in context, you come to know Allah is telling all those people who say Allah is a son, etc., they are liars. And then Allah says, if Allah had intended to take a son, he could have chosen from what he creates, whatever he willed. Exalted is he. That means he's far above having a son.
Okay.
So this, let me complete. You ask the question, now listen to my answer. Don't interrupt. Understand?
Yes, sir.
You don't understand the Quran. Here Allah is saying they are liars. So what you're doing, you're taking a verse from the Quran out of context and trying to misguide. In context it says that this is all nonsense. These people are liars. And even the next verse. So from here we come to know, if Allah wanted, he could have done. Allah is far superior than this. Then coming to your next verse of Surah Anam, chapter number 6. Verse number 101. Verse number 101. It says, he is the originator of the heavens and the earth. How could he have a son when he does not have a companion? The Quran says, how can Allah have a son when he doesn't have a wife? Allah is giving the answer. How can Allah...
Allah is giving you the answer, brother. Brother Peter. Allah is giving you the answer. Look at this tongue and look at those teeth are gone. And look at this beard which is not growing after all the fertilizer. What kind of an answer this answer, you idiot? You just buried your God. How Allah can have a son if he don't have a girlfriend? This is an answer of God? This idiot, he think that Allah now is refuting this Christian man. How he refuted him? Well, the answer is very simple, brother. How Allah can have a son if he don't have a girlfriend? Do you see how we refuted you, brother? Allah cannot have a son if he don't have a girlfriend. So now Allah, who don't have a girlfriend, he is giving us the answer. And what the answer? Well, because he don't, this one here, because he don't have a wife. Allah is giving you the answer. Hey Muslims, aren't you laughing at your stupid God? Are you serious? This is an answer? How even this can be an answer? This is not an answer of someone he can be God. This is an answer of someone he is a man like us. Because God do not need. Okay, how can Allah have a son without having a wife? Then how Allah can have anything created if he don't have a wife? You see, what we are questioning now, we are questioning the birth of a child. And this child obviously is a human. Because Allah is speaking about what? He mentioned in Arabic the word sahiba, girlfriend. It's not even a wife. Sahiba mean a girlfriend. So when this idiot, he claimed that Allah is answering you, Allah is getting himself busted. For this is not God and cannot be God, for God do not need a wife. Isn't it you Muslim, you claim, if Allah wanted something to happen, he say B is going to be, so why he need a wife suddenly? Isn't it you Muslim, you say the Quran says, if this is a book made by other than Allah, you will find in it a lot of contradiction? Isn't it contradiction to say that Allah, if he want to have something, he say B, and now to say that Allah cannot have something by saying B? He need a wife? They cannot be work together. One of them is wrong. Screaming and shouting doesn't give an answer. This is a poo-poo.
If Allah wanted, he could have done. Allah is far superior than this. Then
and here we need to ask the Muslims, what is far superior mean? Like, if Allah decide to have a son, who dare, if he is God, who dare to say to him, you are low? And they say to you, it's not be fit for him to take a partner. Well, the Christians, they have, the God of the Christian, he have a son and he is not a partner. We believe in one God. Can't your God, Allah, be 2 or 3 or 4, yet one in the same time? He cannot make it, huh? Do you see why we say, and we always laugh at Islam, and Islam cannot be godly and cannot be from God? I mean, those people, they speak about monotheism. Yet Allah, he says, if you want to take a son, he will take it from ourselves. Ourselves who? Who is ourselves? Muslim cannot answer the question. If you are taking a partner from yourself, ourself, using the word us, obviously you are not one. Number 2, you are just a human. Number 3, there are too many. He said us, which means 3 and more. If you go, sorry, I'm coughing. A Muslim, he might say to you, he is not answering the Christians in this answer. No, this is answering the Christians. You can go to chapter 19, verse number 88. It says that Allah, he said, that Allah, he had a son. Who? Later he explained that the Christians, they took Christ, and the Jews, they took a guy, his name Uzair, which no, we cannot even find such a name in the whole Old Testament, not even in the Talmud, the book of the devil. Muhammad, he heard false story, he put it in the Quran as usual. My Skype is open. If there is any Muhammadan, he think he is really, he can really explain his silly Quran. If you go to chapter 21, verse number 17, and we have it open for you, so you can read it with us. Had we intended to take a pastime between 2 bracket, E-I-I-I-E, a wife, or a son, etc. And I like here the word etc. Like, what is that? Cow, donkey, dog? We could surely have taken it from us. Do you see the word us? Here, the one who made the Quran, Muhammad, if it is him, if he exists as a person, he made the biggest poo-poo ever. And now the Muslim, they cannot say this us is about being majestic. If you notice with me here, you will see how many times the Quran is saying we, and even in the same verse. In the same verse, the Quran keeps saying we. You ask the Muslim, they say, Allah, he used the word we the same as a king when he used the word we. But that is a very stupid logic, because the king, he speak in the name of himself and the nobles who elected him. In case you do not know, always the king, he speak about himself as a king of the nobles who they gave him the authority to be their leader. So he say we, like we the queen, we the king. But here Allah is using a fake we. If Allah is one, so why he is using fake we? They say to you to make himself majestic. Well, that's mean it's more befitting to Allah to be more than one instead of being one, because they keep saying to us it's majestic. So Allah himself, he don't feel safe and secure by being a one person. He don't feel he is respected enough by calling himself I. So what he do? He go and he use a fake we. If the word we is going to make Allah more respected, how about having more than one? That will be more respected for real, because we is fake. If we ask any Abdul here now, when Allah he say we, is that because he is really many or he is one? They will say no, he's one. Okay, well, so why he call himself we? I mean, that is even stupid. Is he one or many? So as you see here, how can he? So Allah sometimes he speak about himself as he. Okay, who's talking? They say to you Allah. Okay. Why Allah he say he and then he says such is Allah your Lord? Why don't say I am Allah your Lord? If the God of the Christians, like the Muslims, they say, what is the Trinity in the book of the Jews in the Old Testament? We say that okay, God from the beginning, he says us, and that makes sense because there's a Trinity. I, us, all is real. If he say I, is true. If he say us, is true. But when Allah he say we, when Allah he say he, when Allah he says that is Allah is the creator, so who's talking? In the top of that, when the Quran speak about Allah, if he want to take a son, he will take it from us. Who is talking? And who is us? The fake us? So Zakir Naik is struggling to cover up the big poo-poo his prophet he made when he fabricated the Quran. If Allah, and here you notice about if, Zakir Naik, he keeps saying, he said to the Christian guy, he said to him, if I say to you, if you are truthful, doesn't mean you are truthful. But this is not the case here. It's not about truthful or not. He says, if Allah desire, that means it is possible to Allah to desire. And if he desire to take a son for himself, surely, look at the word surely. He didn't say maybe. Surely, he will surely choose from the one he pleased, from those he created. But how the one you created is going to be your son? The God of Islam, he do not know what son mean. And he is confused between adoption and having a real son. But because this is nothing but adoption. The one he created, from those he created, there is a lot of them. And one of them he will choose. He's one of them, not one of him. He is one of their kind, not one of his kind. So why this God is confused about what the Son means? And here, the stupid God of Islam, he is making it even more bigger poo-poo. This God, he cannot have a son unless he have a girlfriend. So now the image is getting more clear to us that this God is miserably, cannot explain himself, cannot refute, and don't have the logic, and he don't even know what is the question. Because none of those who he is refuting, they claim that God has a wife and then they have a son. So what this is about? So not only he is questioning his ability, which is confirmed he cannot be God, not only he confirmed that he cannot have a son unless he have a partner, which is a female, which is a human. That's why it says sahiba. Not only he confirmed that he cannot be God and he cannot have a son without a woman, he confirmed that he cannot be the creator. And he confirmed that he lied, Aka Muhammad, when he said his God, if you want to say something or to make something happen, he say be is going to be. And when the Muslim, they keep saying, it's not befitting to Allah, that is the most stupid, silly thing. Why? Does that make him a fornicator? Does that make him a thief? Does that make him a criminal? I mean, God, he have a son. What is exactly the problem? If the king he have a son, he is not a king no more? Are you with me? If the king he have a son, his nation will not respect him no more? It's not befitting for the king to have a son. It's not befitting to obey the king no more. And we are talking about just a king. So what about God? Who is going to question God anyway? If God, he said, I want to have a son, and I have a son. This is the God who want to send you to hell or to heaven. And now you say to him, doesn't befit you. And look what happened. The logic is, it doesn't befit to Allah to have a son, but that make me believe that it doesn't befit to Allah to be God. Because the God who he think that it doesn't befit him to enter his creation cannot be God. The Muslim, they say, do you remember the video of Lili Dawa? He said he want to refute Trinity in 3 seconds, in 30 seconds. He says God cannot be dependent and he cannot enter his creation. If he enters his creation, he cannot be God. 2 days after, he says Allah entered his creation.